There's a picture of America that most Europeans carry with them long before they ever land. A place built for more. More noise, more size, more everything. Not somewhere anyone expects to feel at ease. Nobody questions where that picture came from. It's just been passed down, generation after generation, repeated until it hardened into fact. Then they arrive. Somewhere between a glass that never sits empty for long and someone on the street who actually means it when they ask how you're doing, that old picture starts to shift. This isn't one traveller's story. It's dozens of them, different countries, different accents, arriving at the very same conclusion. Before we get to what changed their minds, let's start with what they believed walking in. Stay with us for this one. And if stories like this stay with you, follow along for more. It begins, as it often does, with a number nobody can quite explain. Only half of Americans hold a passport. To most outsiders, that sounds like a lack of curiosity. Standing outside a Texas water park built by German settlers generations ago, one British traveller reached a different conclusion. Dallas felt nothing like Boston. Atlanta felt nothing like the capital. Everywhere you go in the US is like a completely different world, he said. Americans don't need a passport to feel far from home. They already live inside enough different ones.
Americans never leave America. 50% of Americans don't even have passports, and now I completely understand why. I'm back in Texas, and traveling to even a different part of Texas is like traveling to a different part of the world. I'm at Schlitterbahn, a water park, and where we are now was all founded by Germans, so everything has a German reference in this whole town just outside of San Antonio. And that's completely different to where I was in Dallas, and obviously where I've been in Boston, Atlanta, Washington. Everywhere you go in the US is like a completely different world, and I now understand fully why Americans don't travel anywhere apart from inside the US, because you can go anywhere in the US and get a completely different experience depending on which state you're in. I do love being back in Texas though, and this water park was fantastic. Being in a Texan water park was a great experience. Country music was blaring, everyone was super friendly, free Coca-Cola all day, which blew my mind for $20. That would never happen in Europe. And not to mention everything else, I've got something so exciting planned for tomorrow, which I'll share with you more tomorrow. But look at the weather, it's not as hot as what it was in Washington. It's a perfect summer temperature to go to a water park. But I'm so excited to show you what's coming next.
Riding in a friend's car, a British visitor felt the air conditioning before he said a word. "You guys have air conditioning everywhere," he told his American host, who simply shrugged. "This is America." At a diner, ranch dressing surprised him.
You guys have air conditioning everywhere.
Yep, this is America.
I love it. This is normal here.
That's completely normal, man.
Okay, now ranch.
Oh, I told you.
Bro, you sold that in the UK, you become a millionaire overnight.
Then why don't you do it?
Too much work, you have to create a website, everything like that.
Just use immersion. You give it a prompt and it creates a fully functioning website or app within minutes.
Seriously?
Yeah, here.
Bro, look.
We're officially selling branch in the UK.
No way.
6 different flavors. It's my store, and I just created it in less than 10 minutes.
What?
You guys have public restrooms here?
Yeah, you don't?
No, and they're free?
Yeah, that's the bare minimum.
Incredible! I know it's the third time, but can I get another? Of course. Yes. How many refills do I get?
It's unlimited.
I love this place.
The same pattern kept surfacing almost word for word in country after country. Baby resting in her arms, a young Croatian mother listed her own version of the same discovery. The ice in every drink. More than she'd ever known. The soda that never seemed to run out, still unfamiliar to her. Drive-through banks and pharmacies that let her finish errands without leaving her seat. She adopted the habit herself, and now, back home in Croatia, the same question earns her only confusion. "I'm fine," people tell her. "What are you talking about?"
Things I had to get used to as a Croatian moving to America. Number 1, ice. And I know my Europeans are going to understand this. Every drink in the United States comes with so much ice. I really had to get used to that when I first got here. But now I can imagine a drink without ice. Number 2, refills. So when you go out to eat and you get a drink like Coke, every time you finish the said drink, they just bring you more for free. That is crazy. Europeans could never. Number 3, drive-thrus. Everything has a drive-thru in the United States, and I'm not just talking about like a McDonald's or a Burger King. I'm talking banks, pharmacies. I mean, literally, you can run all of your errands and not even get out of your car. And number 4, specifically for Louisiana, everybody is so friendly here. You never meet a stranger. Every time you go into the store, you always say, "Hi, how are you?" And you start the small talk. I picked up on that habit. So every time I go to Croatia, I do the same thing. And I always get the looks like, fine. Like, what are you talking about? But it's just such a normal thing here in Louisiana.
Filming along a quiet park trail, a British comedian counted 3 things he believed America simply does better. College sports staged with a scale and spectacle he'd never seen at home. Drive-through banking, which turned an errand into something closer to ease. And free refills, which he described almost affectionately as a waiter appearing like some fizzy drink guardian angel. Half of it was a joke. Most of it, clearly, was not.
My ancestors will not like me for saying this, but there are things America does that are better than the UK, and these are 3 that I can think of right now. So if you're American, let me know if you could live without these things. Number 1, college sports. In the UK, university sports is basically 7 people playing football next to a car park. In America, college sports looks like the Olympics had a baby with the Super Bowl. We're talking sellout crowds, marching bands, fireworks, mascots on a paid salary. I thought people would stop supporting their college teams. Oh no, I asked somebody, how long will you support this team for? You know what they said? Forever. In the UK, our university mascot is just a bloke named Jacob with a stained hoodie. Number 2, drive-through banks. When I first saw one, I just thought Americans had become too lazy to commit financial fraud indoors. But honestly, incredible idea. In Britain, going to the bank feels like you're attending a council meeting about your financial decline. In America, you can still deposit a cheque while being emotionally supported by your car seat and an iced coffee. That is innovation. And finally, endless refills. This nearly moved me to tears. In Britain, if you ask for another Coke, they look at you like you've requested a second mortgage, and it'll cost you an extra £4 every time. But in America, the waiter just appears every 6 minutes like some fizzy drink guardian angel. They'll keep appearing. Hey, would you like a refill? Absolutely. I had one Sprite in Texas that I'm pretty sure technically never ended. So yeah, they are 3 things America absolutely got right.
At a gas station, a German traveller pointed to something small but telling, paying for fuel without ever stepping out of the car. Back home, filling up usually means unbuckling the children, walking inside and waiting in line. Here, she simply tapped her card and kept talking. That's so convenient.
One thing I really love about the gas, you can pay at the gas station right at your car. You don't have to pack everything. You don't have to get your kids out of the car, go inside, and then come back to just fill your gas. Like, you can just pay here. That's so convenient, and I would love that in Germany too. It's such a hustle to get like everyone out of the car, go inside, pay, and then come out again.
Another traveller carried the same observation further. She held up a fountain drink nearly the size of her own head, then compared it to the tethered bottle cap she was used to in Europe, one that knocked against her face with every sip. At the pump, she clipped the nozzle into place and let it run hands-free, a small freedom unheard of back home. Gas was cheaper here, she admitted, though she missed the fresh pastries sold at European stations. It wasn't one-sided praise. It was an honest weighing of what each place does well.
This is totally normal in America and doesn't even exist in Europe. Huge fountain drinks.
In Europe, most drinks are served in bottles or cans, and let's not forget that the cap is attached, much to my annoyance. But in the USA, you can get 44 ounces, even 64-ounce drinks the size of your head with tons of drink options and unlimited ice. Also in the USA, the gas pumps are pay at the pump, which isn't always the case in Europe, and it automatically pumps the gas. In Europe, you have to hold your hand on the nozzle. Also, gas is much cheaper in the USA, but the food options are much better in Europe.
Not every kind of ease was about speed. Some of it was about simply being allowed to slow down. Iced coffee in hand, a French woman living in New York described a habit she'd never had in Paris, walking into Target, buying nothing, just wandering the aisles. I never felt something like that for Leclerc or Carrefour, she admitted. She called it, only half joking, her daily ritual against a hard day.
Something very American I love doing as a French girl. I'm taking this guy to a trip. This is so exciting. I feel like I'm going to Disneyland. Home. What am I going to do? Absolutely nothing. Just hanging around and pretending I need stuff, but I don't. If you have depression, you just have to go to Target with a coffee and everything is going to be fine, you know? I never felt something like that for Leclerc or Carrefour when I was in France. There's something about Target I cannot really explain. And it's the same with Costco. I want it. Et voilà, it was my daily anti-depression ritual. Coffee and Target. I don't need more.
Side by side, the difference needed no narration at all. A European checkout, fast and impersonal, cashier seated, items thrown down a belt. An American one, standing, unhurried, asking about dinner plans, sorting the groceries with care. Neither needed subtitles to explain which one felt like being looked after.
60. Next. Hey, welcome to our grocery store.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going. Are these all your items here?
Yes, please.
All right. I love this rice. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You gonna be making pasta tonight?
Yeah, hungry.
Oh, me too. Linguine is my favorite. I'm gonna put these items, all your dry items, in one bag here.
Okay.
Have you ever had this soup, the miso
No,
soup?
never.
Anything that's fast and easy is the way to go for me.
Have you had it before?
No, but I'm gonna have to try it. Caesar salad in a bag. You know that I actually make the salad in the bag. It's just easy. You don't have to use any dishes. This looks like a good milk. Is Twix your favorite candy bar? A banana a day keeps the doctor away. I'm gonna keep all the veggies and fruit separate for ya. Nice tomato. You picked a good one today. Oh, these are the best. My kids love these. Aren't they a little too spicy? All right, your total comes out to 160 with tax. It's 170. Do you want to pay with cash or card?
Credit, please.
Okay, you can tap right here. Do you need help to your car with all these groceries?
No.
No? You sure? Thank you for shopping with us. Have a wonderful day.
Same story, different angle this time. A restaurant skit made the point without a single line of narration. The American server kept the ice topped up without being asked. The French server, in comparison, forgot an order and muttered under her breath before setting the plate down. Neither style was wrong, but only one explained why so many visitors said American service felt like being noticed.
Hey, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Amazing. My name's Laura. I'll be helping you out tonight. Here's the menu. I'll just give you a minute. Bonjour.
Hello.
All right, here we go. Did you decide what you'd like to eat?
Do the chicken Caesar salad, please.
Amazing.
Can I have the menu, please?
We have the chicken Caesar salad.
Lovely.
Brought you some salt and some pepper, just in case. How are we doing on the drink fund?
Doing good.
Yeah, okay.
We're doing good.
Amazing. And everything else is doing okay?
Yeah.
So how's that tasting? Yeah, it tastes good. Do you need anything else?
Excuse me. I'm ready.
More water? More ice? The salad's good.
Yeah.
Okay, you let me know if you need anything.
Excuse me. Sandwich, please.
Which sandwich?
Chicken sandwich.
Just got you some more ice. Are you sure you have everything you need? How's everything tasting?
Well, excuse me, what is the sandwich?
Oh putain, merde! Just gonna leave this here. Absolutely no rush, no worries. Take your time, enjoy your meal. Perfect, thank you. I'll be right back with that.
Can I have some water?
Thank you so much for dining with us today. I hope you have such a good day, like the best day.
Bruh.
If any of this already sounds familiar, wait until you hear what came next. Stay with us. The comfort, it turns out, was only the surface. Somewhere in all of this, something shifted that had little to do with logistics at all. One British woman living in the US calls it a kind of confidence the British simply don't practice. Back home, a wrong meal is quietly eaten, apologised for, and never mentioned again. In America, she found sending food back is ordinary. Met with help, not offence. She began customising her coffee order without a trace of guilt, something that would have embarrassed her in London. What started as a list of small habits had become something closer to permission.
Americans do things with a level of confidence that Brits reserve for absolutely nothing. Restaurants, I feel like this is done more in the US. If things aren't up to scratch, you best believe that Americans will be sending that food back. And you know what? I'm with them. I am so with them. It costs so much money to go out and eat nowadays that why should we expect anything less than what we've asked for? So if they get the order wrong, if the steak isn't cooked to the right temperature, are calm about it, they're respectful about it, but they will just say, look, I'm not happy with the food, can you send it back? And the customer service here is just like, absolutely, what can I do to help? How can I correct the situation? And I now have got into the habit of doing that if I'm not happy with something. Whereas back home, I think we receive the wrong meal, we eat half of it, we apologise to the waiter for being confusing that we ate half, or we probably lie and say, when the waiter comes over and says like, oh, how was it? I hope you enjoyed everything. You'll probably be like, yeah, it was lovely. I'm just so full, you know. Or at the end of the meal, when you're done, you'll probably be like, sorry, but I think I did order the salmon, but I did receive the chicken. I just wanted to let you know. Coffee orders. It'll be like, can I have a quad oat half sweet extra with cold foam on top with a sprinkle of cinnamon? Can you make sure that it's not too cold but not too hot? Like, I have seen it all. I've been with some of my friends and like the way they're ordering, I'm like, it's a whole operation. I now do this, so I'm not judging. UK, it's very much like you'd only order what you can see on the menu. I'm sorry, I know it's not on the menu, but like, do you have tea? Like coffee, they'll just be like, can I have an Americano with cold milk? Complimenting strangers. Love your outfit, I love your hair, like so many compliments. Oh, I love your accent. In the UK, people will probably have the exact same thought as that. They'll never say it. They'll love someone's coat and they won't ever say it. And then 14 years later, they'll talk about this coat that this person wore and how much they loved it. It's like, where's this come from? Why didn't you tell me at the time?
The warmth, it turned out, followed them home. Outside Heathrow Airport, a British traveller was handed a plate of homemade cake and cookies by two American strangers who'd carried it across the Atlantic just to share it. He took a bite, then asked what it was made with. Love, he answered himself. No one had asked for the gesture. It had simply travelled with them.
This is how amazing Americans are, right? Can you imagine flying two Americans to London, right? It's on us, and they've bought homemade cake.
Wow, that looks incredible.
Like, American hospitality is the best thing.
It never ends.
I mean, Brits aren't taking homemade food to America.
Try some.
Should we try some? I mean, homemade as well. Lemon cake.
Oh.
Do you know what that's made with?
What?
Love.
Yeah.
Made with love.
Can I have a bite?
Try some, yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Mate. America, we love you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Inside a Waffle House in Pensacola, Florida, two Australian tourists sat down unsure how the ordering even worked. Their waitress arrived not just with food, but with news. A family across the room had already paid their bill and asked her to pass along one line: "Welcome to America." The family never introduced themselves. "I will die on this hill," one of the women said, "that Americans are the nicest strangers." Back home, she added, a gesture like that only happens for a camera.
Guys, we're at Waffle House right now. This is no joke. We walked in, super Aussie. We're like, oh, our first time at Waffle House. It's so cute in here. Wow. Like, I was like, do we like get a menu? Do we sit or do we like go? I was asking her, like, do we sit and get the menu or do we go up to the counter? Like, what do we do? What do we do? Then the waiter comes to give out food. And she's like, by the way, guys, you don't have to pay for this because the family sitting over there, they pay for our meal. Like saying, welcome to America. Is that normal? And we were so confused because we didn't even talk to them. They didn't even say hi, like we paid, like they just paid. I will die on this hill that Americans are literally
especially
the best
in Pensacola. in the South.
Yeah, I love Americans. They are the coolest people ever, and I'm dying on so I've been saying this from the very start, and I've never had this happen to me.
Like, no one would do that at home.
No one does that in Australia.
Only for like a TikTok or something. No one would actually genuinely just do that.
Yeah, so Americans, I just want to make this video to say, we love you.
We love you.
We literally love you.
On a fire escape in Manhattan, content creator Ali admitted she'd expected New York to feel anonymous. 8 million strangers, none of them familiar. Instead, she kept running into people she knew. A friend from San Francisco crossing the same street by coincidence, a follower recognizing her on the sidewalk. "It just blows my mind," she said, "that a city this densely packed can still feel this small."
One of the most surprising things about living in New York City is how small it is here. Whenever I thought of living here, I thought, man, it's huge. There's 8 million people all crammed together. Like, it's gonna feel so massive. The amount of times I run into people on a daily basis. The other week, I ran into somebody I know from SF. We just happened to be crossing the same street, and she was only in town for a couple of days. Or like 2 days ago, a girl walked by me and was like, "Allie," and it was like, I hadn't seen her in months, but we know each other also from SF. And then like the amount of you guys that I run into on the street that are like, "Oh my God, I've been wanting to meet you and hoping we'd run into each other." And then we do. It just blows my mind that a city that is this densely compacted, you can run into so many people you know. Or like we met this guy at a festival a couple weeks ago and we ran into him in our neighborhood the other day. And it was just like, I could go on and on with stories, but I guess it's just so surprising how small and community-esque it feels in a city this big.
For one British entrepreneur, that feeling of belonging carried a quieter weight. Parked in her car after driving past the Hollywood sign at sunset, she admitted something rarely spoken aloud: the fear of one day having to leave. She's building a life in Los Angeles on a temporary visa, and the thought of returning to England now unsettles her more than the visa process itself. "It's just too good here," she said simply. The fear, she added, doesn't discourage her. It motivates her to stay.
Something that people don't tell you about moving to America is the fear that when you do move, you do not ever want to leave. So I just moved here and I'm on a temporary 5-year visa, a business visa. I have a jewelry brand. And I just went in and out and I drove through the Hollywood sign, like with the mountains and the sunset, and it was amazing. And I was just like, I can never leave. Like, I literally can't leave. And you get this fear of every day I'm like, I cannot leave. Like, I cannot go back to England. Like, that would just be the worst thing ever. And I have such a fear of it that I'm like, it motivates me to do anything to stay here. But I'm also like afraid of losing America. And I wonder if anyone else has that. Like, now I have this life, like in and out. And just like my business and my friends and my boyfriend lives here. I'm like, I cannot go back to England ever again. It's just too good here. So the visa process is definitely worth it, but you do get a fear or like a sense of, I do not want to lose this ever. And it's kind of motivating. It's good to have that, but then it's also like unstable a little bit because I'm on a temporary visa. So I'm not even on a green card, or my visa doesn't lead to a green card or citizenship. So I'm like, dang, I have to be successful because I need to stay here.
These particular tastes changed more slowly, creeping in until one day they'd simply arrived. Salted popcorn was the first thing a German woman spat out, since German cinemas only ever serve it sweet. Sourdough bread came next. She assumed at first that it had gone bad. Peanut butter, dismissed on the first try, eventually won her over. And bitter American IPAs, introduced by her partner, slowly became her own taste too.
My favorite things I used to hate in the US, but now I cannot live without. In Germany, all the popcorn is sweet, so the first time I had it in the US, I spit it out because it was salty and so unexpected. I hated it. I gave it to somebody actually in the theater to finish it, but now I don't eat sweet popcorn anymore. I only love the salty popcorn. The first time I tried sourdough bread, I thought it was expired because it was so sour, but now I actually really love it, especially considering all the other American breads. This is the best. Next is peanut butter. I actually just assumed for any reason that I don't like peanut butter, but it's actually pretty good, especially if you have apples with it on like an acai bowl. And it's definitely a healthier version than Nutella. Last but not least are IPAs. I actually never had a taste like this before. It tasted very bitter and I didn't like it at all. It tasted so different than all of my favorite German beers. But my American girlfriend only likes IPAs and she always used to drink them. So I just acquired a taste and now I actually really love them. I have them all the time when we go to a bar. I love to share a pitcher. Honestly, hazy IPA, especially Sierra Nevada, hazy little things. So good.
For some, the image that stayed longest wasn't a meal or a service at all. Walking a quiet path back in the UK, one British traveller pictured an entirely different childhood. Porch swings, basketball hoops over driveways, mailboxes lining every lawn. Small, ordinary details absent from the streets he grew up on. "Imagine I was born in the USA," he said. "How different my life would be." He remained proud of where he came from. He simply couldn't stop picturing the other version of himself.
Sometimes I really sit and think to myself, imagine I was born in the USA, like how different my life would be. I would have never ever probably come to the UK, never ever gone to Cyprus. I would have just been stuck in the USA. And just imagine how different my life would have been. I would have had an American accent, which, you know what? I could get used to American accent, but I feel like I prefer my British accent as that's just me. Like, I can't change me for being me. And oh my goodness, I would have loved to experience high school. Elementary school, high school, I would have loved to experience it. And imagine all the stuff that I'm mesmerized by now in the USA, it just would have been normal to me. Like seeing all the basketball nets and people's chairs on the front of their porches, that would have just been normal. But as I went to the USA as a Brit, I see this stuff for the first time. So I'm like, what the hell? What have I been missing out on in my life? Flags, the mailboxes, people sitting on their porches, the swings, the basketball nets. These are things that do not exist in the UK. Like, this isn't tradition in the UK. So for the USA, just imagine how life would have been so different. I would have loved to live in the USA. Absolutely loved it. But you know what? Being a Brit, I've came to the USA and I've experienced what it's like to be in the USA. And you know what? I've loved every minute of it and I do not regret any second of being in the USA. And I can't wait to come back to make many more memories. It's going to be a lot of fun, I bet ya.
None of these travellers set out looking for a reason to love America. They came for a water park, a burger, a rodeo, a breakfast they hadn't planned to remember. What they found instead was a country built quietly around making daily life a little easier. Colder drinks, shorter errands, warmer welcomes, and enough small kindnesses stacked one on top of another that going home began to feel like leaving something behind. Not one of them expected it to end this way. They didn't come for the size of the country, they stayed for the size of the welcome. If any part of this felt familiar, let us know in the comments. And follow along for more stories like it.